Coming up in today's show.
Pull the golf club, open up the hip, and that, my friends, is a mic drop moment. I want to talk to you today about getting your arms in sequence with your body on the way down. We've all had the dreaded feeling where on the way down, you feel trapped, and that high right shoulder, that right hand trying to unload the golf club is prevalent. We feel it in irons, we can feel it in wedges, and we can feel it in the driver. How do we get those arms in sequence with our body on the way down? Now, there's lots of ways that your body is going to move. Spine angles, shoulder tilts. Ultimately, though, if we can get those arms really in front of our body on the way down, the ability to then strike that golf ball down the middle of the fairway is going to be increased, a much better opportunity. Now, if you've watched enough of my content, I really talk about how that left leg really needs to work in the downswing. So, with the aid of my canny little leaderboard here, don't worry, you don't need one of those. I'm going to show you a drill how to feel this exact same sensation without having to need one. Now, in the downswing, I have talked at great length about how the left foot needs to work. Now, the activation of the left foot and the pulling, yes, pick yourself up off the floor, grab a cup of tea and a Mars bar. Pulling is needed with the golf club in your downswing. If you do not pull the golf club, how can you expect the golf club to come with you? Garbage if you don't pull the golf club. Absolute nonsense. So you need to start pulling the golf club. So at the top of the downswing, what we want to start to do is really feel how this golf club can move. But here's the problem. When people are pulling on the golf club, invariably, they're pushing with their right leg. When you're pushing with the right leg, if you were standing on one of these leaderboards, what would be happening is you'd be driving yourself towards the target. Does my hips look open at this point? Or do they look shut? They look shut, don't they? So if you're pushing with your right foot, you're not going to have open pelvis, open hips at strike. So therefore, we must make sure that when we're pulling on the golf club, as we pull down, can you now see how the left hip is starting to open up? So as I pull on the golf club, the left hip's opening up. So the reason why I bring the leg action into this conversation, even though I'm talking about getting the arms in front of the body, if the body is moving out of orientation to the golf ball, so I get my body too far past the golf ball by pushing with the right leg, when I then pull the arms in front, you can see how all of a sudden a shot to the right would be your nemesis. Whereas when I'm pulling on the golf club and I'm starting to feel the left hip push back, now I can get the hands more in front of the body, which will allow me to then start to get it more down the ball line. How do we feel it? How do we get that sensation of getting the arms in front of the body without compromising our lower half? Well, it's easy. Get yourself a baking tray, my friends. Pop it on the ground and stick your foot in it. It will allow you to now feel how this foot can slide around the mat without any resistance. So, that being said then, we're going to get you to the top of the backswing. You're going to narrow your stance up. As you get to the top of your backswing, you're now going to pull the arms down and you're going to slide the baking tray out to the right. All of a sudden, what's now starting to happen is you're starting to utilize that left foot. You're now starting to feel how when you pull the golf club, this left foot is going to push the right foot away from the target, which now gets the pelvis rotating, it keeps you centered, and it gets the arms in front of you. So when you now get yourself to the top of the backswing, you go up to the top and you feel how this left foot is activated. It's opening the pelvis up, but it's also getting the arms now in front of you. So I can pull, move it in front of you. Then as I go back a little ways and pull some more, I'm going to push with the left foot to really allow my left side to accelerate back, right side through, and fire it down the middle. It's a simple drill that gets your upper body and your lower body firing. So back on the skate, baking tray. Now, narrow the stance up because we want a little bit of room to get that stance wider on the way down. Pull. As you pull, you're pushing the skate out. Now you feel how the lower body starts to center, lower body starts to unravel. Same feeling up to the top. I'm going to feel the activation of that left leg pushing me back. Get up to the top, pull the golf club, open up the hip, and that, my friends, is a mic drop moment. If you're tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves trusted by tour players and elite amateurs alike. Use my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out. You won't be disappointed. Get yourself a baking tray out on the range. Pull it, push it, unload, fire it down the middle. That, my friends, you guessed it, is good coaching.